Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight at Auto Club with Stars and Stripes series. Tonight, we are in the Xfinity cars. We are jumping straight into qualifying action. Looks like we've got about 21, 22 cars signed in here tonight. Should be a good one here at Auto Club. Always great racing here. Boy, last week's race was a real barn burner. There was some fireworks out there. But let's see who the first cars to hit the Speedway are here for some qualifying action. Out of Kannapolis, North Carolina, Brian Samara hitting the Speedway. Brian had a good race last week. See if he can continue to do so. It's Zachary Nelson out there as well. And ladies and gentlemen, none other than the GOAT, Scott Rickard, out here as well. He is always a favorite here in the Stars and Stripes series. Well, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in here, spending your Tuesday night right here on Hutchinson Motorsport TV, the world's #1 streaming service. We'll be back here in a moment, jumping straight into the action for the Walley World. I believe it's 200 or 250. I don't know. I'll confirm for you. But we got a quick message for you, fans at home. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
two right there with him. Smokes them. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the whole field is junk. It's a parking lot. They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's going to be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked. Oh, my goodness. He got dumped in racing. Caution is out. We saw a lot. Oh, he's dead. Toward each other with their Johnson. Checkered flag in the air. Scott Breaker wins it. As we return back from break, folks, it's official. Quick time. Kyle Bolin, top of the board. The 44 machine going to kick off from the pole position tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get started here. The Walley World 150 here at Auto Club Speedway. Here is tonight's starting lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup for the Walley World 150 here at Auto Club Speedway on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. On the front row from the pole position in the inside lane, the 44, Kyle Bolin on his outside, the Hutchinson Motorsports TV 36 machine, Chad White. Row number 2 on the inside in the number 23 machine. It's Dylan Grimm. On his outside, the 25, Nate Lynch. Row number 3 on the inside, ladies and gentlemen, it's the GOAT, Scott Rickard in the 05. On his outside in the 7, Kyle McCoy. Row number 4 on the inside in the 07, Zachary Nelson. On his outside, the 32, Griffin Salyer, the ladies' man. Row number 5 on the inside, the 77, Larry Griffin. The 46 of Jason Gratton on his outside. Row number 6 on the inside, going to be the number 9 machine, Zach Kreitz. On the outside, the anime fiend, the 63, Aaron Poplin. Row number 6 on the row number 7 on the inside in the 8 machine, Josh Gratton, the 93, JT Tinker. Starting 15th in the 39, Doug Pierce. On his outside, the 4 of Aaron Hale. In row number 9 on the inside, going to be the 24, Brian Lynch, and the 53, Brian Samara. Row number 10 on the inside in the 17, William Duff, the 4th. On his outside, the 3, Ryan Lynch. Starting 21st, going to be the 33, Brian Burchett, and the 55, Tommy Osborne. That's going to round out the field here tonight. 22 cars signed in here for some Stars and Stripes Xfinity action here at Auto Club for the Walley World 150, folks. Let us know in the chat, who do you think's going to win this thing? Who's the favorite? Who's going to junk it? Going to be a good one nonetheless. So 100 laps here at Auto Club Speedway as a pace truck heads in, gets out of the way in front of a sold-out crowd at Auto Club Speedway. Green. On your feet, off your seats, green flag in the air. The Walley World 150 is underway. Chad White gets the race lead on that high side. That 36 machine with Hutchinson Motorsports TV plastered all over it. That is one good-looking car. Here's Chad White out front, ripping that top line. Auto Club Speedway always brings some good racing. Top line usually fairly dominant here, but some passes can be made, and you'll see some big slide jobs as Chad White heads to the bottom. But here comes Nate Lynch in that 25 Miller Lite machine on that high side. As we drop back through the field a little bit, check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last. Right now, it's Tommy Osborne out of East Lynn, West Virginia. Is that not the ugliest car you've ever seen? Speaking of ugly cars, folks, it is time to look through the field. Harpoon Design, peep the paint, coming up now. So we're going to start things off. The 55 machine, Tommy Osborne. It's slow, it's junk, and it's even uglier than how slow it is. Look at that thing. It is ketchup and mustard colored. That is incredibly bad. You need to see Brantley Roden, my friend. Tommy Osborne, your paint is junk. But we jump through the field here, try to find some good-looking paints. What do we have here? Oh, we got Kyle McCoy in that beautiful Iowa State number 7 machine. I tell you what, Iowa State, that is definitely the best college in the state of Iowa, bar none. Drop back, everybody's favorite, the birthday boy today, the Liquid Death 93 machine, JT Tinker. Boy, I tell you what, last week he made some enemies out here. I think he made about 3 or 4 different guys mad. They were intentionally wrecking him under green, under caution. No matter where he went, he was making friends. Then we jump over here to the 24 to Manchester, Iowa. Brian Lynch in the Hooters machine. I tell you what, Hooters went bankrupt, but they continue to sponsor this 24 Brian Lynch. He must have cut him a great deal out there. But we jump out front, new race leader, Nate Lynch in that Miller Lite number 25 machine. I tell you what, early in the year, Nate Lynch, he was changing sponsors like he changed underwear, but Miller Lite looks to be staying on board with that 25 and Nate Lynch, and they got to be happy here tonight as he is out front. Probably the first time of the season, Nate Lynch leading some laps here at Auto Club. Speaking of junk paints, look at this hideous number 44 machine of Kyle Bowling. Boy, that is one terrible streaming service on that car. Ugh. Flow Sports Racing. That is junk. What a total ripoff, folks. Unbelievable. I can't believe you'd even put that on your car, Kyle. Get that off my screen. Let's go to a real streaming service car right here. Chad White and the Hutchinson Motorsports TV number 36 machine. Now that right there, Chad, is a streaming service. My, oh my, is that not one of the most beautiful cars you'd ever seen? Absolutely breathtaking. But behind him, the unsponsored 46 machine, Jason Gratton out of Pittsfield, Illinois. You need to go see Brantley Roden over at Harpoon Design, folks. It's time to bring out the Harpoon Design blimp. Take a look at your screen, folks. You're going to see one of the most beautiful graphics in the business. There it is, a Harpoon Design blimp. Unbelievable. Have you ever seen anything like it? Speaking of which, folks, it's time to go up to our eyes in the sky. Brantley Roden driving the Harpoon Design blimp way up there. There he is. Brantley, take a look at the race leader while you're up there. Brantley always on top of it. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. Kyle Bowling holding it for now, but Nate Lynch on that outside line trying to rip the top here as the GOAT, Scott Rickard, sitting in third, trying to push the 44 of Bowling out front. That's going to conclude the Peep the Paints here this time around, but boy, it's been a good start to this race. Clean and green, a 100-lap race here tonight at Auto Club, folks. We appreciate you guys tuning in here. Be sure, click that like button and subscribe to the video. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we are the world's #1 streaming service, if you haven't heard. But we got some battles here, side-by-side for the race lead, and another side-by-side battle for third. Two of our championship favorites. That's Kyle McCoy and Scott Rickard. I feel like these two have probably won almost every race this season. It's time to hop on board. Let's go to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV GOAT Cam. We're on board with the GOAT, Scott Rickard here, ripping it around the top. He is cruising. Currently in the third position. Boy, the GOAT Scott Rickard always runs good. Doesn't matter what the track or the car combo is. Scott Rickard gonna be out front. But there he is in a HendrickCars.com 05 machine. Scott Rickard looking good so far, but let's jump around. How about this? Aaron Poplin currently running in the 9th position. Boy, you don't see that 63 car out front very much, but here he is, Aaron Poplin. I tell you what, this guy right here, Aaron Poplin, he knows everything there is to know about anime. If you got a question about anime, Aaron Poplin knows the answer. It doesn't matter. It could be the most random show ever. A one-episode, one-off anime that was from the 90s, Aaron Poplin, he probably has seen it, and he knows all about it. But his car owner, Brian Samara, right there side-by-side with him, trying to junk him. And their other teammate, JT Tinker. So the three BCI guys, bumper to bumper almost, sitting in around the 10th to 12th positions. Once again, if you didn't hear, JT Tinker, he is a birthday boy today. Again, he did not make friends last week here. I believe some of the guys he made mad. Let's see if they're, oh, here's one of them. William Duff IV was not happy with JT Tinker last week. And I'm not seeing the others that were angry with him. Now, folks, you might notice we have 22 cars signed in here tonight. A handful of guys did not make the race because this update tonight on iRacing was larger than they expected. Did not get the update done in time. I tried to warn them hours ago. Hell, I think it was before noon. I let everybody know, be sure, get that update going. But some of these guys, they just log in last minute, and now they're missing it. But Kyle Bowling, your race leader out front, trying to hold off the GOAT, Scott Rickard, as we check out the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chat. We got Connor Gerard, as always. Thanks for tuning in, Connor. Roxanne Chavez Essery out there. Looking for, let's see, Brian number 33. I'm trying to see if we got a 33 out there. Brian Burchett. So Roxanne rooting for Brian Burchett. Appreciate you tuning in, Roxanne. Then we got Christian Taylor in the chat as well. Christian called in to work, and now he's sitting watching the chat. Interesting. But we stay tuned in here to the race lead. Kyle Bowling holding them off for now as Chad White's dropped to the 4th position. Rounding out the top 5, Nate Lynch, after leading some laps early on. He's fall back pretty quick. Going to be interesting to see how Saving Tires works out here as Griffin Salyer, the ladies' man, running in the 6th position. In that Gatorade 32 machine, Griffin Salyer, I tell you what, the ladies absolutely love this man. If you hadn't heard, he is a fiend with the women. Unbelievable. Big Bowling Green University fan. Him and Tom Ogle. Tom Ogle not racing with us this season. He got scared. Said he couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle the pressure of racing on the world's #1 streaming service, so Tom Ogle threw in the towel. He is not here this season. But, folks, it's time to go trackside with the Harpoon design. Bring the noise. Boy, are you not hyped up for the Harpoon design? Bring the noise. That was incredible. We have the best cameraman in the business here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Right now, we're taking a look at JT Tinker in the 12th position here, trying to rip that thing around. We are in the Stars and Stripes Series tonight, again, in the Xfinity cars at Auto Club Speedway, the Walley World 200. I think I called it the 150 earlier. Just making stuff up, but we got a new race leader out front, Kyle McCoy, Morrison, Illinois native. He is leading this race. I tell you what, McCoy has been on a tear lately. Can he get the job done? We will see. As Kyle Bolin in the 2nd position and Scott Rickard, the GOAT, rounding out the top 3. As always, though, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Be sure to click that like button here on the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. We're going to go to a quick break here as we head into lap number 18 here shortly. We are still clean and green, but don't you worry. You are not going to miss a lap here. We are going Hutchinson Motorsports TV, side by side. Be back in a moment. As we return back from break, we're watching Brian Burchett cruising around the track right now in the 17th position. We know Roxanne's cheering him on. Let's see if we can get that Skoll 33 machine up to the front. He's got some work to do. Roxanne, you need to run in there, give Brian some pointers. He needs a backseat driver right now. He's got to change something up. He's got some work. But we're back out front here. Kyle McCoy, your race leader. He's got about a second lead on Bowling in the second position. Just a matter of time. Not sure how far these guys can go on fuel. But my guess is it's going to be at least a two-stop race. I don't think they're going to make it 50 laps, but what do I know? So we got Bowling in the second position there, about a second behind your race leader. Then we got a cluster of them. Chad White holding on to third for now. But it looks like he's holding Dylan Grimm up as Grimm's trying to find a way around him there on that bottom line. And rounding out the top five, Jason Gratton in that 46 machine with Zach Kreitz and Scott Rickard right behind him, as well as Griffin Salyer, followed by Brian Samara and Josh Gratton to round out your top 10. Trouble for Chad White here. Uh-oh, didn't see what happened there. Looks like he's junk. Trying to find what happened. I do not see a log. I'm going to have to manually rewind this. See if we can get a better look at what happened to this 36 machine. He is junk, though. He's smoking. All right, here it is. We're still green, by the way. So here's Chad White. He's on the top here. He's got the 46 coming up underneath him. Get a better look here, folks. Let's go to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV chopper cam as we're still clean and green. So there's Chad White in the 36. He's got the 23 up here. Oh, yeah, the 46 just junked him. Yeah, it looks like the 46 of Gratton flat out junked Chad White, so he's going to bring it down pit lane. I believe we do have some fast repairs tonight, though. So here's Chad White. He has made it down pit lane. Going to get that car all fixed up here. If he's able to do so, overshoots his pit stall. Trouble for the Hutchinson Motorsports TV 36 machine of Chad White. You're junk. So we're still green here with Kyle McCoy, your race leader. 1.3 second gap on Bowling. Can McCoy bring out another win here this evening? Bowling in second. Grimm taking over the third position now, followed by Zach Kreitz. Griffin Salyer rounding out the top five. Boy, a good run for the ladies' man, Griffin Salyer. Let's get a better look at this 32 machine. Boy, that is one good-looking car. Can Salyer hold on and get his first top five of the season? It's going to be tough because the GOAT, Scott Rickard, is knocking on the door right behind him. But we're here in lap number 30 with Scott Rickard in the sixth position. Kyle McCoy, your race leader, still not many battles up front here. Not a lot of passing in the front for now. But we got a little bit of a battle here for the sixth spot here. Jason Gratton looking to make a move, and here comes Brian Samara down pit road. The first one to make the pit stop. At least the first one to choose to do so. Nate Lynch right behind him as well down pit lane. So Samara and Lynch both down pit road. We're going to see if that's going to open up this can of worms to see if that's going to bring more of these guys down. As we're probably going to stay green for a while. Looks like we're not going to get many cautions here tonight unless there's a wreck on the racing surface. iRacing's not throwing those cautions down low on the apron tonight. Meanwhile, JT Tinker sitting in the 11th position. He's been around there all night long with William Duff right in front of him, rounding out the top 10. Aaron Poplin down pit road, as well as Nate Lynch coming off pit lane. So Samara and Lynch both off of pit road with Aaron Poplin heading down there now. But, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Tomorrow night, we actually have a special event. It's going to be open, hosted on iRacing to everybody at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be starting the session. Going to have a 40-minute practice, followed by 20-minute qualifying and an hour race. Folks, it's going to be a multi-class race event at Daytona Road Course. We're going to have LMP2s, which are IMSA cars, and as well as trucks. So all the Craftsman trucks, all the manufacturers, and then we're also going to have Mazda MX-5. So that's right, 3 different options to choose from. We got Craftsman trucks, MX-5s, and LMP2s. It's going to be great, and it's going to be open to the public. So if you're on iRacing, be sure to mark your calendars. You're not going to want to miss that one here. Going to be a night race at Daytona. That's right, folks, a night race in the Craftsman trucks. Those headlights are not real, by the way. Painted on headlights in a night race. But the track's pretty well lit up, so it should be all right. But we got fixed setups and everything, free to enter. Going to be a great time. Hope you're going to tune in, because we're also going to be broadcasting it. So definitely want to tune in tomorrow night if you're not racing in it, or you can race and tune in as well. But Scott Rickard to go down pit lane, as well as Brian Lynch, JT Tinker, and Doug Pierce, all down pit road. So McCoy still out front, a 1.5-second gap on Dylan Grimm. Looks like Kyle Boland's heading down pit lane this time. Checks up, makes the hard left. So Zach Kreitz rounds out the top 3, followed by Griffin Salyer in 4th, Jason Gratton 5th. We got Roxanne Chavez Essery in the chat rooting for Burchett. Come on, Brian Burchett, get on the gas. Roxanne is counting on you. Quit letting her down. Ain't that right, Roxanne? Taking a look here, Brian Samara. I'm trying to find Brian Burchett. He might have disconnected, folks. I am not seeing him on the track. Brian Burchett, I am not finding him, Roxanne. He might have some major problems. I think he has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen. So Kyle McCoy, your race leader. Looks like Dylan Grimm, Josh, and Jason Gratton all down pit lane as well. So how long is your race leader, Kyle McCoy, going to stay out there? My guess is he's probably going to want to come down this time, and here he comes. Down to the apron, takes the hard left, and right behind him, he's got Zach Kreitz coming in, as well as Griffin Salyer. So that's going to give the race lead over to Larry Griffin, the third from Cornelius, North Carolina. Boy, I tell you what, Larry Griffin, we were talking about his hometown of Cornelius, North Carolina last week, and rumor has it the mayor called Larry. And folks, property value has soared in Cornelius because there are people moving in left and right because everybody wants to live in Cornelius, North Carolina, because we said it was a great looking place. So he's your race leader right now during this pit cycle. He's getting passed by these guys on the fresh tires, but they were a lap down. So we're going to see how long he stays out there. My guess is he's probably coming this time. And here he comes, the Cornelius, North Carolinian. Going to head down pit lane, give over the race lead to JT Tinker's bestie, William Duff the fourth. Boy, William Duff family loves watching this 17 machine rip it around Auto Club Speedway. The 3 Duffs before him were all wheelman, and William Duff the fourth might be the best of them all. Your race leader out front with Ryan Lynch in second with the USAA number 3 machine. So Larry Griffin still down pit road. Scott Rickard, the GOAT, might be cycling into the race lead after these pit stops here. I think he's pit. I don't know. Let's pull it up. Your Hutchison Motorsports TV pit strategy board. Yes, he has. The GOAT, Scott Rickard. So we see Duff the fourth out front here. He's going to stretch this thing out as far as he can. The Land Shark 17 machine. Oh, and he goes down the track, tries to junk the 77. Boy, I think he tried to right hook him there. But he's going to head down to the apron. Maybe it's time to pit for Duff. Yep, here he comes. Make the left onto the apron. Down pit road goes the 17 of Duff. He's going to give up that race lead. So that's going to make Ryan Lynch your race leader this time around. He has not pit as well. He is the last remaining car that has not hit pit road. In the chat, we got Christian Taylor, Connor Gerard, Roxanne, Chavez, Essery out here. Boy, we got the best fans in the business. Looks like we got 20 people tuned in right now. Be sure, folks, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. Let us know who's going to win this thing, who's going to junk it. You're watching the Walley World 200 on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. While we wait for Ryan Lynch, your race leader, to come down pit lane here shortly, into lap number 41 we go. We're going to take a quick break. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. Stretch your legs, folks. Grab you a drink. Click that subscribe button. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks for tuning in. As we return back from break, looks like the 25 of Nate Lynch is junk. Let's see what happened. Well, here's a replay. Nate Lynch there in the 25 machine. Oh, straight into the wall. Oh, my goodness. Nate Lynch just junked it. I hope he's all right, folks. Oh, my. Almost takes out his brother with him. One of his brothers. You know, as you may know, Nate Lynch has 14 brothers. The Lynch family runs deep. But let's see what happened. Let's hop on board with Nate Lynch. Flat out junks it into the wall. Forgets to turn. No clue what just happened there, folks. It's like a wheel disconnection, in my opinion. But all I know is Nate Lynch is junk. here at Auto Club. So Ryan Lynch, still your race leader, folks. He is on an alternate strategy. What do you think of this strategy? I kind of like it. He is stretching this thing out. He's going to try to make it a one-stop race. Everybody else pit a long time ago as Ryan Lynch still out there. He is saving fuel, going to stretch this thing out to make it a one-stop race. Needs to go as many laps as he can. Hopefully he can pit around lap 50 or so and be in the clear. But Kyle McCoy back up to the second position, gets around Scott Rickard. Has the fresher tires than Rickard. Rickard in third, followed by Kreitz in fourth, and Jason Gratton rounding out your top five here tonight. Auto Club Speedway, the Walley World 200 here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. And I've received word in the chat, Roxanne Chavez Essery has announced Brian Burchett is out. That is unfortunate, Roxanne. So now she's pulling for the Grattons. Boy, Roxanne, she has many to choose from to root for. Going for the Grattons now that Brian's out of it. And then Connor Gerard in the chat. He says that he thinks if you space out your pit stops, you're going to have a chance of winning. Well said, Connor. Connor Gerard, the GOAT of Hutchinson Motorsports TV. I tell you what, he's watched more Hutchinson Motorsports TV broadcasts than I probably have. Man of many talents. But she looks like your race leader down pit road. Trying to find him here. Ryan Lynch, where is he at? No, he has not gone down pit road. He just gave up the lead. Boy, that's not a good feeling for Ryan Lynch. He's all in this one-stop strategy. And Kyle McCoy, he had pit, and he unlapped himself, went all the way around the track, and passed Ryan Lynch. So, again, everybody has pit except Ryan Lynch. He's out there. Now he has dropped back to the third position, and he's going to keep dropping, and he needs to try to go another lap if he can. Major fall off here for the three of Ryan Lynch, folks. He is running lap times 44.4 seconds. That is 2 seconds slower than your race leader right now and 3 seconds slower than your race leader's fastest lap earlier. Huge fall off here for Ryan Lynch. He's out there on 50-lap-old junk tires. He's dropped back to the sixth position, and he still has to pit, and here he comes down pit road. Boy, I really respect the strategy Ryan Lynch is trying, but I don't think it's going to work out for him. So Lynch down pit road, Kyle McCoy, your race leader again, Zach Kreitz in second, Jason Gratton third, Kyle Bolin fourth, and the GOAT, Scott Rickard. He's looking more human being here tonight, sitting in the fifth position. Shout out Brian Samara running in the eighth spot, and the birthday boy, JT Tinker. Everybody's best friend out here running in the ninth position. But how about some TV time with this 24 machine, Brian Lynch? He's running top 10 so far here tonight. Tinker throws a slide job on Casper the Ghost and smokes the wall. Oh my, there was nobody there. JT Tinker's throwing invisible slide jobs and just absolutely tore down the wall. That was brutal. Hopefully that car's all right. Here is a Charlotte, North Carolina native, JT Tinker, slamming the wall, throwing slide jobs on nobody. But your race leader, Kyle McCoy, out front by 1.9 seconds right now on Kreitz as we drop back here. Check out, let's see who is in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last. You know, Chad White had issues earlier. Ryan Lynch had to pit there. So I'm going to give it, you know, I think it's Aaron Hale. Aaron Hale winning the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last right now, folks. Boy, I tell you what, I believe he won last week, and here he is battling for last. Take a look at that beautiful graphic. Aaron Hale, congratulations. You go from a winner to racing for last. Here he is in the Camel number 4 machine. Aaron Hale out of Colesburg, Iowa, running last on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. But we jump back up. Here's Zachary Nelson in the 11th spot. Not a day to remember for Mr. Nelson in that 07 car. I call him a short track specialist. Might be making that up, but I feel like he's good at short tracks. But he is not good here at Auto Club. Brian Samara's flashing around here a little bit. Hopefully he can get that connection lined out as he's currently running the 8th spot. Meanwhile, Doug Pierce sitting in the 16th position. But I tell you what, that is one ugly U.S. Coast Guard number 39 machine. It is baby puke green. Never give up, number 39 with a sim-stamped number. Beautiful machine. You need to go see Brantley Road and over at harpoondesign.com. Paint start at $25 over there, Doug. As we check the chat here, Connor Gerard out there tuned in, as well as Roxanne. Hutchinson Motorsports TV tuned in. Christian Taylor and many, many others. I tell you what, we got a sold-out crowd here at Auto Club Speedway. The Walley World 200. This has been a great race. It has been green from the start, not a single caution yet. Aaron Poplin cruising in the 15th position in that Amtrak 63 machine, trying to hold off Doug Pierce in that hideous 39 car. We haven't talked much about this 23 machine of Dylan Grimm out of Fort Collins. He's ran all right tonight, but he's been sitting around the 6th position most of the evening. As Zach Kreitz still in the 2nd spot. Really, it looks like nobody has anything for your race leader, Kyle McCoy. You may as well throw the checkered, folks, because Kyle McCoy is dominating this race so far. But if you're just tuning in, folks, tomorrow night we're going to have a special event, the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Dash for No Cash. We're going to be at Daytona Road Course and multi-class racing. Going to have LMP2s, NASCAR Craftsman trucks, all 3 manufacturers, and Mazda MX-5s. You are not going to want to miss this, folks. That's going to be a hosted session open to the public. We're going to have live race control. We're going to broadcast the race. It's going to be great. You are not going to want to miss it, so be sure tomorrow evening, if you're on iRacing, check it out. You're going to want to hop in one of those cars and race this thing, and you can also tune in here because we're going to be live. That's going to start around 7 p.m. Eastern. That's when practice starts. Green flag's going to drop around 8 Eastern. Coverage should start around 7:45 Eastern or so here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service. So here's Brian Samara, still struggling with that connection, has been flashing a bunch all evening long, trying to get that thing figured out. As Larry Griffin III trying to reel him in the 9th position. And we got a battle for 10th here as Tinker is underneath the 07 of Nelson. Oh, and Tinker's buddy is right behind him. That's William Duff IV. These two are not too fond of one another as we go up to the Harpoon Design blimp. Brantley Roden flying this thing around the speedway. He is tuned in on this battle. 3-car battle for the 10th position as Zachary Nelson takes it over for now. Tinker looking to the bottom. Unable to take it back as we jump back out front here. Jason Gratton cruising in the 3rd position. Couple seconds behind 2nd right now, heading into lap number 60 this next time by. You're going to start seeing these guys head down pit road here shortly. And the next, I'd say, next few laps or so. But, folks, we appreciate you guys tuning in, spending your Tuesday night right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. You're watching the Stars and Stripes series. We are in the Xfinity cars here at Auto Club Speedway in front of this sold-out crowd for the Walley World 200. Check out the description here on the video, folks. All kinds of good information. We got a link to our Discord server. You definitely want to check that out. That's where we put all our information, like our events, all of our leagues, and some other important stuff, as well as our Hutchinson Motorsports TV power rankings. That has definitely been a fan favorite thing to enjoy. We put all of our series in one power rankings together. We have a sophisticated formula that spits out a power ranking number, and it ranks everybody from top to bottom, from everything from our IMSA road leagues all the way to our NASCAR ovals. We have everybody on this list. It's pretty impressive. Connor Gerard says McCoy definitely going to win this if nothing happens soon. I definitely agree. Connor, McCoy is absolutely the favorite. I respect the alternate strategy that Ryan Lynch has by staying out there doing a one-stop strategy, but I just don't think it's going to work for him. Meanwhile, the GOAT, Scott Rickard, gets around the 23 of Grimm for now in a battle for fifth. As they're side by side, Grimm tries to get a run off the corner, though, to take it back. Meanwhile, Brian Lynch out of Manchester, Iowa, cruising now in the 13th position on that back bumper of the 93 of JT Tinker. Well, I tell you what, Brian Lynch, he is thinking about giving Tinker a birthday present of turning him and junking him. I wouldn't blame him. Meanwhile, Aaron Hale still holding strong in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last. There's the graphic, folks. Isn't that not incredible? Connor, what do you think of the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle for last graphic on the bottom left side of your screen? That is something Aaron Hale has to be proud of. After winning last week, he shows up here at Auto Club Speedway to run last. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. We jump around. Larry Griffin still in the 9th position. The ladies, man. Griffin Salyer running 7th right now. Scott Rickard to go 6th, followed by Dylan Grimm 5th. Kyle Bowling 4th. Jason Gradden 3rd. Zach Kreitz 2nd, and your race leader. Still, Kyle McCoy out front by over 3 seconds right now. $15 fans tuned in here tonight with, right now I'm seeing 6 likes. Connor, I'm trying to do the math there. Now, if every fan likes the video, how many would we have? Okay, we just dropped down to 13 viewing right now. I'm still thinking that's a little higher than 6. So what that means, folks, click that login button if you're not logged into your account. Click the like button on the video, and if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we bring the action. You're going to want to subscribe. It's going to be the best decision of your life. So we're still waiting for this pit cycle here to start. Kind of surprised nobody's elected to come down pit road as we have 35 laps remaining here tonight with Kyle McCoy, your race leader. Kyle Bowling, been a good night for him, sitting in the 4th position in that hideous Flow Sports 44 machine. I can't believe you would bring that paint. Unbelievable. Connor, what do you know of Flow Sports other than it's overpriced and not as good as Hutchinson Motorsports TV? Connor Gerard, let us know in the chat. So while Connor thinks about that, we're going to take a quick break and go Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side and be back in a moment. We appreciate you tuning in here. Tuesday Night Racing Stars and Stripes Series, the Walley World 200 on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. As we return back from break, Zach Kreitz has cycled into the race lead, but he did short pit Kyle McCoy, and McCoy is reeling him in quickly. Last lap around the Speedway, McCoy was almost a second faster. So that gap now is just 2 seconds right now. Just a matter of time before McCoy runs him down to take back that race lead. But it's been a good night, though, for Zach Kreitz. Cruising in first right now with the GOAT Scott Rickard in second. In third. Brian Samara had some connection problems earlier, but still holding strong in the 7th position. And he's still blinking. Griffin Salyer in 8th. JT Tinker 9th. Ryan Lynch 10th. He will continue to fall, though, as he's on this alternate strategy, has older tires. The tire fall off here is significant. He is about 2 seconds slower than everybody else out on the track right now. But, folks, we've got just 25 laps remaining here tonight. We have been green from the start for the first time in the season. We might get a green to checkered run with no cautions. Other than, I think, a road course. I'm sure that happened. But nonetheless, though, Kyle McCoy looking to take back that race lead. Looking like he's going to do it here in just probably this lap. Maybe next lap. But we check out the battle for last. It appears it's still Aaron Hale, last week's winner, going from first to last. Aaron Hale is slow here at Auto Club. Speaking of slow, Aaron Poplin running in the 16th position. This 63 machine out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's been too busy all week watching anime. Aaron, you should have been here logging some practice laps. Brian Lynch holding steady in that 13th position. He is a field filler here tonight. The birthday boy, JT Tinker, hasn't even junked anybody yet tonight. He's sitting in the 9th position. He's still got about 23 laps left to go. Let's see if he can junk somebody else. The ladies' man, Griffin Salyer, sitting in 7th right now. We are glad to see Griffin out here this season. Our numbers for the ladies go way up when he's out on the track. I tell you what, I'm looking at our analytics, and when Griffin Salyer's not racing, Hutchinson Motorsports TV is nothing but males. But when he's racing, it's pretty even, folks. So I tell you what, if you ladies want to get a hold of Griffin Salyer, the best way to do so, in the description, there is a link to the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Discord. Join that Discord. Drop a comment in our general chat. Say something about the ladies, man, and I will give you a direct line of communication with the ladies, man, Griffin Salyer. My, oh, my. You will be lucky. So Kyle Bolin cruising in the 4th spot. He's been pretty solid all evening long trying to bring this thing home. And Dylan Graham rounding out your top 5 right behind him as he smokes the wall. But we're checking out the chat here, folks. I put some information tomorrow night. Going to be our dash for no cash. Daytona Road Course, multi-class racing. That's going to be a good one. Check out the comments. There's more information there. Join our Discord for even more info. We look forward to seeing you out there tomorrow night. And if you can't make it, be sure to tune in and watch it, because we're going to be broadcasting tomorrow night, I believe. We're going to go live around 7:45 Eastern or so. Going to be a great night for racing. Can't wait. So we jump around the track here. Jason Gradden cruising around in the 6th position, while Josh Gradden is back in 10th. William Duff, the 4th, sitting in 13th. Ryan Lynch, 15th. And Doug Pierce holding steady, 17th position. So it's time to go up to our eyes in the sky. The Harpoon Design Brantley Roden is driving that thing up there. He is feeling good. Brantley, do you copy? Give us some good views of this speedway. There he is up in the sky, taking a look at Doug Pierce, jumping around, going to the race leader there, Kyle McCoy out of Morrison, Illinois. Be sure, folks, head on over to harpoondesign.com. Harpoon Design, paint jobs, best paint jobs in the business. He is #1 on trading paints. That is a confirmed fact. If you don't believe me, check out yourself. Go on to tradingpaints.com, click painters, and sort them. And you'll see #1 going to be Brantley Roden from Harpoon Design. You know his paints only start at $25. Unbelievable. So jumping around here on the track, trying to find the closest battle we can get for you. We kind of got one right here brewing. Jason Gratton trying to take over that 5th spot from Dylan Grimm. Connor Gerard in the chat requesting, he's saying, if we're going to stay green this whole time, then I say we bring the noise. Connor, well said. It is time. Requested from Connor Gerard, the GOAT. It's time for the Harpoon Design. Bring the noise. Let's go trackside. Boy, I tell you what, that Harpoon Design, bring the noise, gives me goosebumps every single time, and I've seen it 100 times. My, oh my. And in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, Bones is here. Thanks for tuning in, Bones. You are here to see the finish of a great race here tonight. We are at Auto Club Speedway, the Walley World 200. Can you believe it, Bones? We have been green from the start. Not a single caution yet this evening. Bones tunes in just in time for this finish. Kyle McCoy's been dominating this race here with just 14 laps remaining this time around, trying to put the 4-car a lap down of Aaron Hale. As we look to the field here, closest battle on the track is a battle for the 4th and 5th positions. As Grimm's holding on to 4th, Scott Rickard 5th, and right behind them, Jason Gratton in 6th. Let's hop on board with our 6th place car, Jason Gratton, as he's trying to reel these two in and gain a couple spots. Gratton looking to the inside of the 05 of Rickard. It is a battle for 5th, side by side down the backstretch. Boy, if I'm Jason Gradden, I'm just throwing a haymaker slide job, and here it comes. Slide job! Slide job! Jason Gradden takes over the 5th position. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, gonna have to go to work to find a way back around the 46 of Jason Gradden. What a move by the 46 of Gradden here. He's got no sponsor out here. He's racing with his whole heart here at Auto Club, the Walley World 200. He wants a top 5 here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Zach Kreitz, solid day for him. He is 4 seconds behind your race leader and about a 5-second gap to 3rd. So he's basically all by himself here in 2nd with Kyle Bolin in 3rd. Bones does says mad skill being shown tonight by everybody. That is so true, Bones. Bones and Connor, the 2 biggest diehards of Hutchinson Motorsports TV, are here to see the finish. We are making history with this race so far. Yes, sir, Connor. This is a historic race. Is it not intense? Kyle McCoy looking to get the job done here tonight. 11 laps remain here at Auto Club. It has been green from the start. Not a single caution as McCoy heading into turn 1 with just 10 to go. Looks like a battle for the 12th position here between Griffin and Tinker has developed. Tinker's been a mid-packer all night long. He is a field filler here tonight on his birthday. Happy birthday to you, JT Tinker, the field filler. Brian Lynch sitting in the 14th position, trying to reel those guys back in. As Rickard has conceded the 5th position now, he has fallen back from Jason Gradden in that 5th spot. But your race leader here at Auto Club, Kyle McCoy, 4.5 second lead with just 10 to go here tonight. The Morrison, Illinois native trying to get the job done, bring home yet another win. Boy, it's been a great season for Kyle McCoy. Checking out the chat here. Looks like we've got 18 people tuned in, 7 likes. That's less than half, folks. So half of you aren't clicking that like button. You know, it's pretty quick. You know, I timed myself the other day, clicking that like button, 0.4 seconds. And I was taking my time. So click that like button here on the video. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to do that. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, last night we hit 700 subscribers. Bones, can you believe it? Bones does in the chat. We hit 700 subscribers last night. Now, our next push, we're trying to get to 1,000. Brian Smayer still in the 8th position. He's been blinking all night long, but nobody around him right now. Should be good to go as long as that connection holds up. Griffin Salyer been in the top 10 all night long. The ladies, man, going to bring home a top 10 hopefully tonight. Larry Griffin, the 3rd, sitting in the 12th spot with William Duff, the 4th, in 9th. Rounding out the top 10, though, is Josh Gratton. Been a quiet day for him, but could have been a lot worse for that Nesquik 8 machine of Gratton. Looks like we got a battle here as Jason Gratton has taken over the 4th position, has taken it from Kyle Bowling. So Gratton up to 4th. Does he have time to get to that back bumper of Grimm with just 7 laps remaining here on the backstretch. It looks like this 46 of Grattan has some speed. Looks like he's 7/10 of a second behind Grimm. Going to be a battle for the 3rd position. Does he have time to reel him in? Boy, he's using that draft all he can, and it's definitely helping him. Looks like he's got some speed here, folks. I think he'll be able to get to that back bumper of Grimm, but will he be able to get around him? We're going to find out here in the closing laps here tonight. The Walley World 200 Auto Club Speedway Stars and Stripes. Xfinity racing here tonight. You see Grimm there in the 3rd position. He is dropping down on the straightaways, trying to shake that draft. He does not want Grattan to use that draft to reel him in any faster than he already is. Grattan running out of time here. Can he find a way around that 23 machine? Going to be a battle for the 3rd position as our top 2 basically locked in here. McCoy way out front. 2nd place, Kreitz way out front. And then Dylan Grimm trying to hold off this hard-charging 46 machine. "21 viewers tuned in here tonight for the finish of the Walley World 200 Auto Club Speedway. It has been clean and green the whole night long. Not the most of exciting races, not going to lie, but it's been a pretty solid one. As McCoy has dominated this race, we've had some battles, and we're seeing one right here in the closing laps for the 3rd position. As we're going to have 2 laps remaining this time by with Kyle McCoy out front. Boy, is that not a beautiful Iowa State number 7 machine, Kyle McCoy. Cruising out front, out of turn 4. 2 laps remaining here in front of this sold-out crowd, folks. Appreciate you guys tuning in here on Tuesday night in the Stars and Stripes Xfinity Series. We're going to round out this race here shortly. We're going to have driver interviews following the race. We're going to interview the top 3, hopefully, if they cooperate and join the chat. But tomorrow night, again, we're going to have the Hutchison Motorsports TV Dash for No Cash going to be at Daytona Road Course, multi-class racing, LMP2s, NASCAR Craftsman trucks, and Mazda MX-5. Something for everybody here tonight as we hop on board with Kyle McCoy out of turn 4. Boy, look at all these fans in the stands. They are on their feet, off their seats. White flag in the air, last lap around the Speedway here at Auto Club. The battle for 3rd looks like nothing's going to change there, so we're going to stay tuned on our race leader, Kyle McCoy. He has dominated this thing. He's got a 5-second lead, some lap traffic around him. He's going to try to bring this thing home for the final time. He is down the back stretch heading into turns 3 and 4. On board your race leader, Kyle McCoy, out of turn 4 for the final time in front of a sold-out crowd. Checkered flag in the air. Kyle McCoy wins the Walley World 200 here at Auto Club. Boy, a great night for McCoy. Brings it home as Kreitz pulls off the 2nd place finish. And 3rd place going to go Dylan Grimm and Jason Grattan in 4th. And how about Griffin Salyer, the ladies' man, rounding out the top 5. So if our top three could hop in the Discord, I'm going to pull you into a quick interview, and we're going to get this thing over with. That's going to be Grimm, Kreitz, and McCoy. Let's pull Dylan Grimm in, our third place finisher. One moment. Dylan, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, a third place run for you here tonight. You know, and can't complain about that. Not too shabby out there.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. I messed up my first pit stop pretty bad, but came back to finish third. I'll definitely take it.
Yeah, definitely could have been a lot worse out there. You were around the top 5 all night long, even with the pit mishap, but has to feel good. You know, next week, I'm not sure where we're going or what we're in, but you should be sitting pretty good here in the points after this one.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to get these good finishes together. I missed a couple races, so I'm already down some points, but hoping to get back into victory lane here soon. Pick up those playoff points.
Absolutely. You know, we're starting to get to the nitty gritty, almost halfway through this season. I believe this is season number 11 or 12 with the Stars and Stripes series. So a great run out there here at Auto Club. Before you head out, you got any shout outs for our fans?
Yeah, I want to shout out Nate and everyone who puts on this league. It's been a blast for years. I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast every week. You guys do a great job. I want to thank my papa for spotting for me every single race. And anyone else out there rooting me on.
All right, well,
Oh,
hey.
and my teammates. Sorry. And my
Absolutely.
teammates. Zach Kreitz, Jason Gratton, Josh Gratton. Can't forget.
Absolutely. Well, hey, another great run for you, Dylan. Hopefully you can continue to power through this season, and we look forward to talking to you much more.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you.
There was Dylan Grimm, your third place finisher. Time to bring in Zach Kreitz, his teammate, who got second here tonight. Zach, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy. You got a copy, Zach?
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet.
Looks like Zach Kreitz not there. Zach, do you copy? I'm not seeing Zach Kreitz. We're going to have to send him back up, but we're going to go ahead and bring in our race winner here tonight. Kyle McCoy absolutely dominated this thing. Let's get him in here. Kyle, Blake up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I gotcha.
Hey, a great run for you tonight. Basically led this whole thing. We went green to checkered here. Has to feel pretty good to park that thing there in victory lane.
Yeah. This Xfinity car and these low grip racetracks are a really good combo for me. So when I saw this one on the schedule, I definitely was excited about it. But yeah, great run. Glad everything worked out the way it was supposed to, and happy to be here.
Absolutely. You know, from the start, you just kind of shot off like a rocket. What was the plan? I mean, were you saving tires out there, or you were just kind of doing your own thing, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I started saving tire kind of towards the beginning of the runs, and towards the middle end, it didn't really matter whether you saved or whether you didn't. So I just kind of started pushing and just kind of got away from the draft. And once you can clear that buffer there and get a little bit of an advantage, then you can use the pit strategy and just kind of all compounds on itself. So yeah, it was nice not to have to like super save, but definitely was trying to save the right front because I did run out a little bit at the end of the first run. But yeah, it worked out really well. Can't complain about anything tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I was kind of shocked at the tire fall off. You know, I believe we saw Ryan Lynch tried the one-stop strategy. It just did not work. I think he lost about 3 seconds a lap after you guys pit.
Yeah, there was a time where I was going around him that I thought he was pitting coming off the corner, and it turns out it was just that far off. But yeah, the tire fall off was huge, and it kind of worked out. I was really happy to see that because then there was no possibility, of a one stop, kind of flipping the strategy, changing things up. It was just going to be a two stop kind of straightforward race, which as the leader was good for me. So yeah, I was definitely happy to see the fall off.
Yeah, I mean, again, you've kind of been on a roll here lately. This is probably going to catapult you up in the Hutchinson Motorsports TV power rankings as well.
Man, it's about time. I'm ready to be up there. Once we got the system fixed, it's been kind of clear sailing. So yeah, pumped pumped about winning this race. Pumped about the run I'm on, and hopefully we'll keep it going.
Yeah, and next week I just checked. Looks like we're going to be back in the IndyCar, and we're going to be at Iowa for the Iowa Corn 225. How you feeling about your chances there?
Oh, thank God it's on an oval. I'll say that much. I'm happy to see that. It's my home state, so hopefully we'll be able to show out. We got to represent the Cyclones, who got a big win over the in-state rival this week, so that's pretty awesome too. And so hopefully we'll show up there, and I think at some point we'll have Nate pull out the old Iowa State car. We usually have a bet going every year, and I think my team got the victory this year, so he'll have to put that paint scheme on at some point. I'm not sure if that'll be next week or later on, so you'll have to stay tuned for that.
I don't know. With it being Iowa, I think that would be a good time to pull that out. Now, what was the score to that game?
16-13. Just got it done.
Yeah, well, it was a close one at least. I didn't catch it, but I'm sure you caught every down of it.
Absolutely, man. You better believe it.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations, Kyle. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs or anything for our fans at home?
Yeah, shout out to everybody watching out there. Shout out to my girlfriend. She was an Iowa fan. She had to live through that game from the Iowa side, so definitely sympathies to her, but I'm pretty happy to be on the side of it. And shout out to my dad, who's probably out there watching, and shout out to everybody who's checking this thing out. You guys put on a great broadcast. We really appreciate you doing everything you do for us, and hopefully we'll be able to keep parking it here.
All right. Well, hopefully so. We definitely appreciate you here, and congratulations once again winning the Walley World 200.
Thanks, Blake. Hopefully see you soon.
Yes, sir. Kyle McCoy, tonight's winner. And, folks, I have received word Zach Kreitz, our second-place finisher, is available. We're going to go ahead and pull him in here, get a quick interview with our second-place finisher, Zach Kreitz. Zach, Blake up in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Blake. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. You had a good run out there tonight. Didn't really have anything for Kyle, but you had a big gap to third, so it has to feel pretty good to run so well tonight.
Yeah, it was good. I wish the runs were longer. If we did full fuel runs, I ran Kyle down. I was down to like 1.3 seconds there before everybody pitted to split the race into thirds. But if it would have been longer, maybe I would have had a shot. But that short run speed, he had me for sure. We maintained later, but it is what it is. Again, I say one of these days I will beat Mr. Kyle McCoy.
Hey, I'm sure one of these days you will, but I was kind of shocked, though, at the tire fall off. I saw Ryan Lynch was on that alternate strategy, tried to one-stop this race. I believe he was losing 3 seconds per lap at one point.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty hefty, and so that's why I decided to short pit there just to see if I could maybe gain some ground and hold him off. But I guess maybe in the end it would have been better off if I just ran long. But, yeah, those tires went away pretty quick, but once they leveled off, they stayed there pretty steady. But the fall off from lap 1 to 15 was like a second and a half, so it was pretty big.
Absolutely. And now, next week we're going to be back in the IndyCar at Iowa for the Iowa Corn 225. How are you feeling about your chances down there?
I've never ran there in the IndyCar, so we'll see how it goes. That newly redone Iowa and iRacing is a little tricky in IndyCar, so we'll see how it goes in the IndyCar. I'd almost rather IndyCar be all road courses, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting, how that rounds out. I believe next week's going to be our halfway point of the season, so crazy to think we're already halfway done with this year.
Yeah, for sure. It's gone by in a hurry. I wish I could have a couple more W's in there. Maybe no wish bad on anybody, but maybe if McCoy had a mechanical error or something like that, I would love that just to get a shot at the W one of these days.
Yeah, you're probably missing all those disconnections he was having there for a while.
I got to capitalize on the one at Homestead, so that was the one that got him. I feel like I had good speed there anyway. I could have beat him, but everywhere else, it's going to be tough. But, man, never hope for the worst, but maybe one of these days,
Absolutely. Well, hey, you're right there every week. It's going to happen eventually, but congratulations on a second-place finish. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs or anything?
I like to thank Nate and Brian for the league, you for the broadcast, my teammates Josh, Jason, and Dylan, and just have a good time doing this, man. Me and the Grattan boys are headed off to Bristol this weekend, so it's going to be a good weekend for us.
Hey, that should be a fun time. Last week I was able to check out the race over there at Gateway, so hopefully Bristol's a good one for you guys this week.
I appreciate it too. Yeah, they're from St. Louis too, so they went to that race too. So they're just some NASCAR going fools, I guess.
All right. Well, hey, again, congratulations bringing home second here tonight. Hope you have a fun weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the Iowa Corn 225.
Yes, sir, Blake. I appreciate you as always, man. Have a good one, sir.
You too. Zach Kreitz there, finishing in the second position. You heard from him. He thought he had the long run speed, and he was reeling in McCoy there at one point. But boy, what a great race, though, ladies and gentlemen. From green to checkered, not a single caution. 100 laps around this speedway with 22 cars. Not too shabby, I might add. But hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. That's going to round out the show tonight. Be sure before you head out, click that like button on the video. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel. We are making a push for that 1,000 subscribers. But before we head out, we got a couple quick messages for you here. And I guess that's really all we got. But tomorrow night, we're going to be back here live around 7:45 Eastern for the Hutchinson Motorsports TV Dash for No Cash. Again, we're going to be at Daytona Road Course, multi-class racing. Going to have LMP2s, NASCAR Craftsman trucks, and Mazda MX-5s. Why would you want to miss that? It's going to be open to the public, folks. So be sure if you got an iRacing account, you definitely want to race it. And you also want to tune in. So again, we will catch you tomorrow night. We got a quick message for you here. I'm going to sign out here. Blake Hutchinson in the booth. For you great fans at home, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Tuesday night racing. You just saw the Walley World 200 with the Stars and Stripes series.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchinson Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
42 right there with him. Smokes them. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk! It's a parking lot! They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's gonna be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked! Oh my goodness! He got dumped in the racing. Caution is out. Oh! He's dead! Toward each other with their chunks